Hello, I'm Crickets, and welcome back to I Have a Story. More and more and more medical updates that just upset me, and I expect our medical system to just be a prestige system that, error rate and mistakes should be like 1%. Really, should be less than that, I would expect, especially in 2025 with all the technology and knowledge that we have. But again, throughout our entire country, it seems like the more knowledge we gain, the stupider we get. Driving me nuts. So in 2017, I talked about how I was diagnosed with excessive blood in my urine. No test run. I still have multiple major conditions in my body that I still need to get tested, surgeries, years worth of surgeries. These are unbelievable what I still need to go through medically, and I'm so scared to do it. But I have to. I don't have a choice. If I die on the table, I die on the table. What the hell, right? So I ended up having multiple surgeries in 2018, one of which was scheduled for 45 minutes to an hour, and it took 4.5 hours. And after the surgery, the surgeon told me that he's never seen as much scar tissue and damage inside of a person's body to their organs as what I have. I talked about how they sent an investigator to my room after the surgery to try to find out how it got so bad, what happened to me that made my organs so bad. I've been talking about it throughout my life Monday, about being abused by my parents, beaten with blunt objects, my mom I was what, 10, 11, 12 years old when my mom beat me and I didn't cry, and then she beat me as hard as she could and I still didn't cry, and then she made my dad come in and beat me as hard as he could. I cried. That's how you raise your children, right? Beat them to the point of having severe organ damage and almost dying even at, I was 44 years old, 43 years old when I had those surgeries. Understand the emotions that I go through trying to make these videos and talk about it and thinking about this stuff, but it keeps me from also having it all locked inside to share this stuff with you. And also, I demand our government do something about our medical system because it is absolutely unbelievable. I get better service at a McDonald's. So, my last urologist, somebody scheduled it downstate. I live in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and it was over the winter. Things had to get pushed off because somebody forged a warrant for my arrest. I'm still waiting to have surgery. The surgeon couldn't even do the surgery he was supposed to do on me. After that surgery got postponed because of me having to go to court and defend myself over forged warrant for my arrest and dozens of federal felonies that are allowed to still continue and nothing gets done about it. And then I had to move on. I've got so many problems and doctor's appointments scheduled out for months in advance, and I can only see so many and have so many surgeries with so many doctors on so many parts of my body at one time. So by the time I was supposed to get through with that other surgeon and his specialty, which was my colon, and I shared the blood that I'm passing, I've shared that on my channel. I don't like sharing this stuff, and I'm sure a lot of people don't like looking at it, but this is my life. I'm stuck dealing with it. I don't have a choice. I can't just look away. I got to deal with it. Try to get help. Keep getting abused by the system who protects a mentally ill, abusive, criminal felon and screws me and my kids. Understand where all my emotions are coming from and all of this. Oh, it's unbelievable. So my surgeon downstate, by the time those surgeries got rescheduled, it was middle of winter, and twice that those surgeries were scheduled that I was supposed to go down there, we had winter weather advisories. I can't afford physically or financially to cross the Mackinac Bridge and get stuck downstate. I can't do it. I can't live in my car. I can't lay in my car. I can't afford a hotel. I can't do any of that because of the situation that I was abusively put in by so many people, including my own attorney who lied to me. Told me to agree to the terms because you'll be getting $1,000 a month in child support, and that's going to help you live. And you need to agree to this stuff, and then come to find out it was all a lie. And my counselor and my victim's advocate with the whole time were telling me, this isn't going to happen. You're not going to get child support. Well, why is my attorney telling me to sign these papers and agree to these terms so that I can get paid and I can survive so that I can live and fight for my kids another day? What a bunch of bullshit. Including telling me that court dates were canceled that were not, which again, I got professional witnesses. I even went in and recorded talking to the courts about, did I have a court date today? Yep, you sure did. Well, why did my attorney tell me that there wasn't one? This is all complete insanity, but it's all provable and all fact. Now you understand why I'm going crazy and why I'm ready to just end it all. And then I got to deal with these medical systems. So nobody told me that there was another urologist that I could see, because my urologist prior to that, the one that's north of me here, even after she diagnosed that, yes, considerable amount of blood in your urine. Oh, now we found 2 lumps on your bladder that could be cancer. We need to get you tested right away. And after a year and a half with her, no, oh my God. Even a year and a half later, I had no testing scheduled. A year and a half later, after she diagnosed me with that, no testing scheduled. So I said, switch me to somebody else. I've had enough. I need to get help. I mean, Jesus, how long, if I do have cancer and I'm peeing blood, how long do I wait until I just bleed out, I die, something ruptures, or I die of cancer? Oh my God. This was also the same surgeon who couldn't continue my appointment because I couldn't sit down and I had to stand. And she couldn't have that and freaked out and had a panic attack. Started making no sense and rambling on. Oh my God, how can you be a doctor, not have common, simple sense? But yet I've had so many of them. So now I'm on to another urologist. Found out, hey, there's one on this side of the bridge, just this side of the bridge. You don't need to be crossing the bridge. You don't have to drive twice the distance. I mean, nobody could have figured this out ahead of time, right? Before they sent me to that other one that's twice as far away, crossing a bridge that I may not be able to cross back and get home to. None of this makes sense. I mean, nobody can figure any of this out. So then I finally get in with the surgeon, or an appointment with the surgeon. That appointment was supposed to be last week. But then they called me and it took me months just to get into that appointment. And then I get a phone call. I've got the voicemail on my phone. Oh, well, you're not supposed to see the surgeon. You're a new patient, so you get to see the surgeon's assistant. I don't even need to see anybody. Just schedule a stinking test already. I've already seen 3-4 urologists. We've already got more than enough evidence that I need testing done. Just schedule the test. That's all we need. But we can't do that because people got to get paid money to do simple, stupid stuff and not actually have to work. We have to schedule an appointment for you to come in and tell us that you need a test. We can't just let you call in and say, I need to get tested. Just pull my medical history. Got plenty of it. This urologist, that urologist, another urologist, my primary care physician. They all have the notes. We've already been through all of it over and over and over again. Just schedule the test already. But no, we didn't know that I was a new patient, or they didn't know in their own office that they have to schedule a new patient with the assistant and not the surgeon. So they called me 5 days before my appointment with the surgeon and said, hey, we can't do that. We need to send you to see his assistant so we can do your initial consultation. Money for nothing. I mean, I understand it in most instances, but in my instance, I don't need initial consultation. Just schedule a stinking test. I'm not even looking forward to the test in itself, but I got to get it done and over with. And I got to sit here and worry about and watch myself peeing blood on a daily basis, worry about these, oh, do I have cancer? It's been over 2 years now since I was diagnosed with lumps. Still trying to get help. So they call me back and reschedule and tell me I have to meet with the doctor's assistant and not the actual doctor. Well, that only took 2 weeks to get in to see him, which was actually supposed to be today. But yet they called me a couple days ago, left another voicemail on my phone. Oh, we can't have that appointment. Something came up. We need to reschedule that one again, too. When am I ever going to get seen? When am I ever going to get help? When am I ever going to get treated? When am I ever going to trust these doctors who don't seem to do anything? I'm up. Oh my God. So now we get another rescheduled date. maybe one of these days I'll get seen, get tested, or I'll die before then. Who knows?